Good morning and welcome to Inspirational Life. I am Beverly Holloway, a shamanist, spiritual teacher, and spiritual wellness practitioner. And today it is Tuesday. I believe it may be August the 4th or 5th. I don't know. I've been getting my weeks and days mixed up. However, I am here with you this morning to give the wisdom oracle for this week. So I will be coming on weekly to give you these oracles of wisdom each and every week. So as I'm meditating and praying during my own devotional time, whenever messages come forth, I like to share them with others. And so hopefully there will be something in these messages that will resonate with you and you can take it with you throughout this week. So the first oracle message that came forth for today was that, and for this week, is that of the horse king. The horse king. And this particular oracle message has to do with assistance and control. And so through synchronicity, circumstance, what this message is actually saying is that through a person or through a situation or a circumstance, some type of synchronicity has already taken place in your life or will take place in your life. And so it's important that you watch the signs. And so basically what this means is that the universe is going to be sending someone or a situation that is going to help you and serve your highest good. Because we reach a point sometimes in our lives where it's just kind of hard for us to move forward in life. And sometimes it's because, of course, we know it has to do with divine timing, but sometimes all the little pieces aren't quite in place yet. And so this card is all about assistance, and the universe, God, your creator, is concerned about your welfare. Perhaps maybe you just haven't been able to really move ahead with some things in your life, and it may be because all of the components aren't there or all of the people aren't there yet to actually be in place to help assist you during this time of your journey. And so the universe will create situations and things that will actually bring you into alignment as it relates to your life purpose. And so it's important for you to understand and realize this week that sometimes you just can't do everything on your own. And so the Spirit would love for you to really open your heart this week. Pay attention to the signs. Don't just discard that person in the grocery store that you meet that says hello to you, because you never know. This may be someone that the universe wants to hook you up with. Now, for those of you that are single and you've been waiting on a partner to come into your life, that's what this card represents. It means that there's a king that's on his way to you, or perhaps a queen that may be on her way to you. So it's important that you watch for the signs, because it's not meant for you to travel this part of your journey alone. I love that card. Now, I want to give you just an example of something that happened to me recently in my own life. Weeks ago, I went through I call it a major crisis, but really, it really wasn't major, but it was definitely a life crisis. And I had a situation that actually took place in my own personal life. But that situation, even though it appeared to be negative, it catapulted me into a space where I am right now, in a totally different state, which happens to be the place that I was headed to anyway. But I thought I was going to get there a different way. I thought I was going to roll up, you know, with my own car, my own place to live, and it didn't happen like that. And so, because I stood my ground and walked away from a very toxic environment where I was living before, it cost me. And it cost some time being displaced, walking the streets of Jacksonville, Florida, not having any friends, local friends that I could call for assistance. And so I had to trust God and trust the universe to bring me through. And even though that situation seemed to be negative, it put me right smack dab in the will of God where I was supposed to be. But during this particular time of crisis, as I was reaching out to my Facebook audience and my tribe there, letting them know what was happening, all of them, they were devastated, and they all rallied together to make sure that I got to what I call my safe house. And so staying with a wonderful friend that I've known for years that is like a sister to me. Now, during that particular time when I was going live, there was someone that I love very much and adore that I've known now since the beginning of 2018. And so there's been a little bit of separation between us, but yet and still, even though the miles have separated us, circumstances and situations perhaps have kept us apart, we have still maintained a mutual love and respect for each other. And it was during this time when I was going live that all of a sudden, after not really being disconnected in a negative way, but just both of us being on our journey and handling our business, basically, we hadn't communicated as often. And out of the blue, during my time of crisis, when I was reaching out for help and assistance, all of a sudden, this person pops up during my live and says, "What do you need? How can I help?" And even though that person was not in the city or the state where I was, even though that person couldn't just hop in his car and come rescue me, that person went the distance and made sure that they did whatever was within their ability to help me during my time of need. And it was just interesting to me because it was as though you've heard of soulmates, right? It was as though this person, from a distance of all days, when I needed help, that person heard my soul cry and came to my rescue. And so that's just an example of how the universe will bring assistance to you. And another thing that resonates with me in this particular oracle card message is because the person loves to wear polo shirts. I don't know if it's Ralph Lauren or whatever, but he's really into his horses on his shirts. So another synchronicity, right? But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Now, the second card that popped out of the deck is that, and I love this one as well, it's popped out before for me, is the Chess Queen. The Chess Queen. So I love this. It's like she's sitting on top of, it looks like one of those little chess things, you know. I don't know anything about chess, right? But I am going to learn, because this card, this particular message, it's all to do with trusting and strategizing. First of all, trusting the universe, God, whatever, however you relate to the divine, trusting the divine to bring into manifestation that which you're believing God for. And I really hope that you have a vision, because according to scripture, it says, without a vision, the people, what? They perish. There are a lot of people, not just because of COVID-19, but there are a lot of people that are perishing just because they don't even have a vision for their life. A lot of people can't even see past their immediate circumstances. For example, the crisis that I went to, it was short-lived. It was just a short period of time, but I'm telling you, it was like going through a war. But there's some people that they can't even see past their circumstances, and they're perishing because they don't have a vision. Now, for me personally, even though we're in the midst of a pandemic, We're having to wear masks. People are dying from a virus, right? And we haven't even gotten into flu season yet. So there's the possibility of more fatalities, people that are going to be passing away because of this virus. Now, at my age, I'm vulnerable. Plus, I have pre-existing conditions that, it could cause danger for me to be out and about. However, because I have a vision for my life, I have already mapped out the vision for my life internally. And now all I'm doing is walking it out in this physical realm. And so the fact that I have a vision, that I have been trusting in God, the universe, to bring that vision to pass based on my gut and my intuition, not just something that I just cooked up and said, oh, you know what? I think it would be nice to do that. No, but paying attention to those spiritual nudges. For example, something may come to you just as a thought, and it'll pop in your head like a thought. A lot of times we don't even pay attention to it, but if it's something negative, trust and believe the majority are going to pay attention to that which is negative. But when it's something that's just kind of bizarre, how often do we really stop and sit with that thought? So a lot of times a spiritual nudge will come to you just as a thought, but then it normally comes around about 3 times. And on that second time, it'll come back around again, and it'll be kind of like, Then it'll be a little while longer, and then all of a sudden it'll come back a third time, and it'll be like, And that's when it's time to tap in and start communing with the divine and asking questions and saying, I keep getting this thought. What is this all about? And eventually it will start to grow and manifest in your life, because that's how we manifest. It starts with thoughts. Everything that is created. I remember one time, and I know I may be getting off on a rabbit trail here, but I remember years ago when I was in Bible college at Rhema Bible College in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I remember when I finally got a chance to go see Oral Roberts University. And so they had a little area that was set up like a little museum, and it had his Bible, his old desk. I think it had some shoes. And I'll never forget, as I was walking the campus of Oral Roberts University, I'll never forget, I heard these words: everything that you're looking at here, that building, this campus, everything that you see here started on the inside of a man. And I never forgot that. Everything that we see around us, the buildings, the businesses, the cafes, the Starbucks, and all of that, it started on the inside of a man, on the inside of a human. It started on the inside. That is miraculous. And so, because I have a vision, I don't fear any type of virus or any type of situation that may come into my life as being the final call, because I understand that I have a vision. I am here in this place to establish a spiritual enrichment center. It is going to be a place where people of all faiths, all denominations, all creeds, all colors, regardless of your religious background, regardless of the color of your skin, where all people can come to one place and grow and evolve spiritually, to be enlightened, to be healed, set free from their diseases and ailments and negative beliefs, sabotaging thoughts, and all of that. A place where people can come to worship one God, because there is only one, regardless of your faith and your beliefs. But if you believe in God or a higher being or a higher power, there is only one God that created this universe. And so why are we so divided? Even as a child, I couldn't understand that. So I am trusting in the universe that there is no disease that's going to take me out until I have accomplished that vision, because it's a God inspired vision that I am committed to walking out. And so I have been trusting the universe. I like to call myself a chess queen in a way, because it also has to do with strategizing. God will give you, especially when you have a big vision, whether it be a business or whatever it will be. God, if it's a God idea, then God will give you a strategy. It doesn't matter how much you have in your wallet. What matters is that grain of faith that's the size of a mustard seed. That small seed of faith is enough to bring it to pass. And so God leads me in strategies. God always gives me a strategy. And that's what I loved about working with other people and helping them in their lives. I just have a gift for being able to strategize and put together a strategy for making things happen. Okay. Now, because of this, I have been really sensing, and this is another spiritual nudge, that I'm going to have my brother who loves to play chess, I'm going to have him teach me how to play chess, because I believe it's going to help me right now as I am endeavoring to establish this spiritual enrichment center. And a whole bunch of other business ideas that I have. I'm going to have a strategy on how to get it done. And so this wisdom oracle comes to you to let you know, first of all, trust in the universe, trust in your higher self, and get to a place where you can get quiet and meditate so that God can give you a strategy this week, okay? Now, I know I stayed on that message for quite a while, but let's move on to the next oracle. This oracle is the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. It means selflessness, humility, and conscious action. So this is the High Lord of what? Gratitude and service. Now, if you're somebody, an entrepreneur, you've been having trouble in your business, then what this message means to you is that you're going to have to be grateful for what you have right now. You may only be bringing in $100 a month, okay, or $50 a week. But it's important for you to be grateful for new beginnings, for small beginnings, grateful for everything. Get your journal and write down, perhaps maybe things just aren't going your way right now. Whether you be in business, whether it be in your personal life, your relationship, your family, find time to exude prayers of gratitude. And then find ways to serve. That's what I do every day. That's what I do making these videos. I am finding ways to serve my online community. Even though over the years I've been sowing and sowing, and not everybody's been actually sowing into my life or in my business. And, people, have been going through rough times, and maybe they're not able to book a session because I no longer do free sessions unless I'm guided to do free sessions. And so still, I am committed to serving. Each and every day, I try to serve somehow with my online community. And it pays off. It paid off weeks ago because my online community came to my rescue when I needed them. They rallied together with me. I'm telling you, they cried with me, okay? Cried with me. Literally, make calls for me, 3-way calls, because I was not in the position and was so stressed out that I didn't want to deal with it, or it was just too heavy. But my online community, because I've served with inspiration, inspirational messages, they came through for me. So find something that you can be grateful for this week, regardless of what's going on around you, regardless of what you see on television. Find ways to be grateful, to express your gratefulness to the universe, and find ways that you can serve, volunteer, help somebody, take their groceries from the store to the car. Find ways to serve this week. Now, it also means selflessness. Let's not be selfish, okay? This is not the time to be selfish. It also means humility. Humility. Be humble. And it also means conscious action. Make sure that whatever actions you're doing this week, whatever actions that you take this week, make sure that you stay consciously aware of why you're doing certain things, okay? Don't just do things just because, but really be very conscious of what you're doing. You may have to say no to some things. Maybe somebody may want to come, hang out with you. You're used to hanging out with somebody. Well, it's time to really be very conscious about our actions this week and what we do. All right. Now, I want to take a minute and I want to go to the guidebook to see if there's any more to this particular message, the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. I like referring back to the guidebooks when I'm looking at these oracles, because I believe that the messages that are within these particular oracle messages and these card decks, I believe that the messages are divine. I believe that the people that are the author of these decks, and I'm using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck, I believe that the messages were divine and they were divinely given to the author of the decks. So I always want to give reverence to the author of the deck. Now, the High Lord of Gratitude and Service has arrived to help you find your true purpose this week. Feeling gratitude for each moment you experience and loving what is and what has been will remind you that every breath you take holds a deep and profound awareness. Through small actions and selfless service to another, you're automatically placed upon your highest path. I love that. So, through small actions and selfless service to another human being, you automatically, I love that, you automatically are placed upon your highest path, whether you're immediately aware of it or not. The presence of this ally lets you know that you're on the correct path to fulfilling your desires. I love that. And so you're also notified that your actions of service and attitude of gratitude will yield riches beyond your wildest dreams. As long as those riches aren't the goal that you have in mind, giving service with no thought of return is what's required of you this week. Okay? Now, I think I'm going to go to the guidebook on the last oracle, the Chess Queen, and see what the guidebook has to say about that, because I want to make sure that I don't miss anything and that I share all this goodness with you, right? So, got a hair in my mouth. Excuse me. And I can't get it out. Okay, so for the oracle message, the Chess Queen, it says the Chess Queen has all the tools that you need to aid you in your quest for a life of purpose. Here we go with that word purpose again. Peace and prosperity. Now, when she arrives as your ally, you're given the task of asking Spirit for what? What did I say a minute ago? It says here that when the Chess Queen arrives, listen to this. When the Chess Queen arrives, you're given the task of asking Spirit, the divine, for a vision of your life. That's what I was just talking about a minute ago. And it says here, ask also to know the right actions. Now, what did the High Lord of Gratitude and Service say? It's talking about conscious action. Remember that? So it says here, ask also to know the right actions to ensure your part in this process of unfolding. Then, with a sense of trust, allow the strategy to be given unto you by the divine. Are your own goals and desires in alignment with the divine plan for your life? That's a question you need to ask yourself this week. This is a reminder that there is your plan and there is the divine plan for your life. And when you're in alignment with the latter, all manner of messages are delivered to aid you in taking the next right action for your life. And it says here, the chess queen says that you will win this game as long as you let spirit choose your moves. Honey, you can't lose when you've got the Spirit of God on your side, okay? God will give you strategies. God will provide way of escapes for you. He's certainly done it for me. Now, let's go to the first card, and then I'm almost done. Now, going back to the oracle message of the Horse King, what else can we learn from this oracle? It says here, the Horse King always comes to lend you the power to go the distance, forging ahead regardless of the weather. You see, many of you have storms that are surrounding you right now in your life. However, when this message comes to you, regardless of what's going on in your life, the universe will make sure that you have assistance, and the universe will take control over the elements that are surrounding you and help you get to where you need to get to. And it says here that this oracle lets you know that some person or circumstance, through synchronicity, like I mentioned, will certainly appear to help you with your endeavors, because you are not meant to travel this part of your journey alone. So I want to encourage you guys today to really take time this week to center yourself by taking deep breaths. Center yourself. Go out in nature. Get out of the house. Take a walk. Go sit in a park. Go find you a tree. I got plenty of them behind me. But find you a way to get grounded. Find something from nature, from the earth. I've got stuff I'm always picking up shit, right? Mother Nature's always blessing me with things. I just have stuff that I see that I gravitate towards, and I put it on my altar. I bring things from nature indoors. But I want to encourage you to really get centered this week. Think about these oracle messages of the universe bringing you assistance, the universe giving you strategies, and being grateful and serving. Find ways to serve this week and watch what happens. Get you a journal. Start writing down things that you're grateful for, and trust the universe to bring wisdom from the hidden realms. There's a scripture that I love, and I'll end with that there are things that our eyes have not seen, nor ear heard, the things that God has prepared for those that love Him. So if you are interested in a personal one-on-one session with me, you can always email me at quaquily2020@gmail. Quaquily is Native American for Beverly, and it's spelled Quequile 2020@gmail. Or you can always drop a comment below. You can always message me on Messenger on Facebook. You can go to my personal page, Beverly Holloway, or you can message me on my business page, Inspirational Life Guru. So I want to welcome you guys again. Thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel, Inspirational Life Wellness. Hey, if you want to be a blessing, you can always Cash App She Speaks Truth. You can also send any love offerings or gifts that you want to send to Venmo at Beverly Holloway 2020. Or you can also, hey, send something to PayPal. You can PayPal me at bholloway979 hotmail.com. So again, if you're interested in booking a session, you can do it by those means. Reach out to me. And I no longer do free sessions. However, sometimes I make exceptions. But if you are wanting some one-on-one time with me, perhaps maybe you're just needing a little bit of spiritual guidance, spiritual assistance, hey, reach out to me, all right? But go in peace, blessings, love, all that good stuff for the week. Okay? Ciao.